As we look towards Kingston City Hall from the waterfront, we just have 3 more days left of this Tim Hortons Brier. The pressure of the championship pool is heating up here in Kingston. Some teams have managed to stay ahead of the pack. How do you like that for 3? Others, well, they're fighting for their playoff lives after a disastrous 1-3 start. Brad Jacobs and Northern Ontario have fought their way back into contention. Team Canada snagged an important extra end win last night. Kevin Cooey's crew in search of back-to-back tankers. This afternoon, 2 of the country's elite clash in Kingston. Draw 18, the Brier continues. On a spring-like day here in Kingston, we have one more day of round robin before we get to the final 4. Let's get you caught up on what happened last evening. Our feature was Ontario against Newfoundland and Labrador, John Epping, Brad Gushue. And the ice has gotten much better. And as it has, so has John Epping. Look at that as he makes a 3. That was in the second. And the fist pump. Got his game, got his groove back, does Mr. Epping, and then has this. He really thought this was just for a deuce, but watch what happens. Slides that redstone underneath, avoids the jam to pick up another 3, and Ontario rolls to a very big win for them to keep them alive. Northern Ontario got 4 in 6. Team Canada scored 1 in an extra after Brendan Botcher missed a draw for the win. And it was Mike McEwen getting a couple of deuces for Team Wildcard. So here's what we know as we take a look at the Great 8. If you can get to 9 wins, you are in. 5 losses, you're eliminated. 4 losses, you're alive, but you're going to need some help. And on this Friday afternoon, we do say hello, Canada, and welcome back to Kingston. Cheryl Russ alongside as we continue on now with the final day of the championship round. So much at stake, and our featured game is Northern Ontario against Team Canada. And when you think about Brad Jacobs and the team from Sault Ste. Marie, when they were 1-3, they should have been panicking, but they didn't.
No, they didn't panic at all. Sign of a champion for sure. And sometimes your opponents don't cooperate. It's that simple. 97%, the 3 skips that beat Jacobs. That's what they curled to beat them. You have to tip your hat, keep on going. That's exactly what they've done. They've riled off 5 in a row here. They're hot, and they're hot at the right time.
Talk about Kevin Cooey. There's something about him when he gets to an event here like this. He goes into a cocoon, and he goes into a bubble, and then you just leave him alone. And, well, Bubble Boy has done okay.
Oh, he's done very well. And today and moving forward might be when that low-level intensity that he always displays really serves him well. You've got 2 very different skips out there. It's been a grind. Players are tired. They've been beat up. The tension is thick. And you've got Kevin Cooey. He's probably a 1. You've got Brad Jacobs at a 10. And has that left Kevin Cooey some reserve in the tank for these tough games going forward?
Well, we're going to find out, aren't we? When we come back, Northern Ontario against Team Canada as our coverage of the Brier continues. Brian Harden coming across, got it. Oh, he does! Final stone. Hold it, angle it back, gonna get it. Bang! Oh, and away it goes!
It's just like a whisker redirect.
Yep. Hebert on this. You help with the line ball. Touch it. Good. Bang. And he's got it. Ooey Tooey does it again.
The 2020 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by Home Hardware. Here's how. The 2020 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by OK Tire and BKT Tires, by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Curling Canada, and by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
Well, it's time to meet the teams, and it's brought to you by Home Hardware. Here's how. Team Northern Ontario from the Community First Curling Center, Sault Ste. Marie, skipped by 34-year-old Brad Jacobs with Brian Harnden, E.J. Harnden, and Mark Kennedy. The defending champions, Team Canada, they are from the Glencoe Curling Club in Calgary. 45-year-old Kevin Cooey skips them, backed up by Ben Hebert, Colton Flash, and BJ Neufeld. And it is Northern Ontario that has won the draw to the button, so they will have the last rock. They have the hammer. Playing the red stones, Team Canada the yellow, and to get us underway with just 2 round robin draws left. This is Ben Hebert.
I wonder for this Team Canada if maybe that gift they were given by Alberta last night, because it was definitely a gift, will put them on a roll. Teams talk about it when they get to finals, that they need a break along the way, and I think that might have been the one. It gives them some momentum.
No question. What a difference it would make walking in here with that loss. You know, he'd be at 4. Cheryl, he'd be at 4 losses playing Northern Ontario, and then just on the outside looking in, really.
Keep her going, Mark. Keep her going. Every inch, every inch, every inch, every inch.
Staying with it and rolling it over. Now, will it hang back there? And no. Let's take a look at the keys to the game, and we'll start with Team Canada.
Well, I think you have to roll the dice sometimes. You have strong opponents when you're playing them. You're going to have to take chances to apply some pressure, and Kevin is the one to do it. He takes calculated risks. And then be second to none for Colton Flash. He's at 81% in his draw weight versus 93% by Harnden, and he's got to miss the right way. If it's something that he can be a little deep on, do so. If he can be short, pro side miss.
I know where it is. It's in my pocket. Just juicing it. They fucked it up.
Okay.
Well, that's just strictly overthrown. Let's take a look at the keys now for Northern Ontario.
Well, 7 set-up shots. You say that all the time because these 2 teams are so good. The 2 skips are not going to give an inch. So how hard is that last shot going to be for each skip, each end? It's all because of the set-up shots, which way they go. And then make your mark. Mark Kennedy, one of the very best. We've talked about it for years. 90% so far. BJ, the guy he's going against at third, is at 87. Not big a difference till you look deeper. +7 for Mark, 0 for BJ. Big difference.
Keys to the game are brought to you by Scotties, Canada's #1 tissue. So just to bring you up to date what happened last evening, Team Canada is playing Brendan Botcher, and in the 10th, needing to score 2. Kevin Cooey tries an angle run back from way outside, as we often say, another area code. Didn't make it, and so Botcher had a draw for the winning point to pick up the win to remain undefeated, but he was heavy, so they went to an extra, and that was the gift. So Team Canada picked up the win, handing Botcher their first, and keeping Team Canada at 3 losses, because a 4th would possibly get you something, but we've said before, in the 2 previous years of this format, 7 and 4 did not get you through to the Page playoff.
And it probably won't this year either.
Well, this field, it's so tough to come into this. Championship round with 3 losses. We talked about it, that just your back's against the wall every game.
That's fine. That's fine. Good. That's fine.
Tricky little wide open hit and stay there, because he just wanted to hang around but didn't want to jam. Good shot.
So that deep draw by Ben Hebert, that's your shot stone sitting at the back of the 8. That belongs to Team Canada. Colton Flash.
Well, now trying to set up somewhere for an early force opportunity. Not roll somewhere for a double.
Yep. 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 Right to it. Right to it.
Shot.
Try to roll it over here. Normal.
It's an interesting matchup, Russ, because you got Kevin Cooey. When he's throwing last year, never out of an end. But when Brad Jacobs is throwing last year, they both solve their problems with run backs that it's scary. How do you ever feel comfortable in an end.
Well, especially with these rocks, especially with the amount of rocks that are in play, you're right. You think you're safe for a deuce, and all of a sudden you're looking at 4.
Yeah.
And rolling it too far, a little too thin from E.J. Harnden.
Wanted to hang around there.
He'd like to see us peel it. Top 8. We're going around the garden now.
Interesting call. A lot of teams would, after that error, would peel. Going around a corner guard without hammers, not ideal, but Cooey's saying, we're going to force you here.
Well, and the tough thing, too, I think, is where do you go that you don't leave them a double blank attempt or...
Not good.
Yeah, I'm not loving this call myself. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know now. Now that it's going to be deep, I don't like it. But if it was top 8, I really liked it.
Sure not buried either. There's a good example of that little extra weight.
Oh.
Oh, that's 2 now from them. Well, it's interesting if you're Team Canada, because you look across at the other team and you see the very familiar Mark Kennedy, thinking of Mark now having played with Kevin Cooey and winning a Canadian championship, of course, and now playing with Northern Ontario. As we say good afternoon, Kathy Gauthier. He's brought Kennedy to this Northern Ontario team, a different demeanor, hasn't he?
Well, he certainly has. He said that his whole focus with this team that is known for their intensity is to get away from results-based thinking. Now he said we're either winning or we're learning, and if we're learning, what is that lesson that we can take forward? He always reminds the team of a comment that Brad Jacobs made very early in the year when they lost, and he said to them, when I miss a shot or we lose a game, whatever disappointment that you're feeling, I'm feeling it 1,000 times because I feel that I could have made a difference. So the key then from Mark is to support Brad, and that's in their body language, that's in their shot making, that's right through the order.
And it is reflected in the team, very much so. They were not quick to turn on each other or backbite at each other. But what he's also brought then, Mark, is a calmness to the front end. They play more of a unit, more of a supportive unit to Brad Jacobs, and I think in that they have a greater appreciation for the skip.
You know, another thing I've even noticed, I used to watch Jacobs' front end. They drop off stones really early, halfway down the sheet, and I think Mark's just brought that other level of professionalism where he's like, no, you stay with that stone because I might need you.
Yeah, that used to drive me crazy.
Yeah. You don't know what you might do, and most certainly with his brushing these days.
He's making the other 3 guys better, and that's just a wonderful, wonderful player.
Hard. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
So final day, round robin play now of the championship pool. One more draw tonight. Look at this, 2 teams at 2 losses, McHugh and Guju. We're playing on sheet B. Sheet C, must win for Manitoba. Get to 5, you're out. And Ontario did well, have come back after they were on life support against Alberta. And had they won last night, they would have been in. But now with 1 loss, and what you don't want to think about too much, if you're Brendan Bottcher in Alberta, that loss last night, 2 games today, you could have, you may have, you possibly did cost yourself a chance in the 1-2 game.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. These teams, they might not admit it. They say, "Oh, we just want to get to the Final 4." No, they don't. They want to get to that 1-2, and that gives you 2 tries, 2 lives to get to the final, as opposed to 3 sudden death games. Yes, that could be the difference.
We got a lot of standing up ones.
Soft weight hit and roll. Try to get on top of that back Northern Ontario red one.
We're not heavy.
The risk with this is you're hitting it pretty thin to try and get a deeper roll.
Hard flash. Whoa. Hard.
Colton Flash now. Hebert some late licks too.
Hard, Benny, right up. Good one.
Grabbed a little pebble too. Wasn't big weight. First end.
Well, I think we can roll
Just the way to play it, isn't it? You roll out, you're done.
Yeah, it's the 2's there.
So now Jacobs has to make it, and you've got to run at a double. No matter where this stops, you've got to run at a double.
I'm going to call it, like, this is good.
Yeah,
then it's an in-turn double, and it's the blank.
Right.
Control?
Yeah. Let me see, Mark.
You're thinking this?
Okay, try to roll it EJ's way a little bit.
How much weight? I don't want to roll here. Then he's playing the out-turn this way.
Who knows better? Isn't that amazing? We talked about it all week, that Kevin loves that out-turn, and who knows better than the guy that held the broom for him for all those years. So roll a little bit, and Kevin probably has to play the in-turn double, which Mark feels he has a wee bit better chance of missing.
Yeah. What did I say to you earlier today? They are familiar strangers. He's a stranger on another team, but boy, do we know him.
Got a lot of good intel.
Right on! Go! Gotta go! Gotta go! Gotta go!
Watch out now! Watch out now! Oh,
sit. Sorry,
and
guys.
Goodness, got away with it.
Did he ever?
Is that a little down?
Mark even apologized to the other team.
Light, but that path is good, so I don't know.
Fresh pebble.
Came down a bit, eh?
I don't know if I like that too, Rock. There's no way that should curl like that.
I would agree. Well, and what it did in practice wasn't good, so let's just turf it.
Yeah,
And I thought-
obviously saw something in practice they didn't like, and I would hazard first end's tough. You get a new path, and like you said, fresh pebble. But if you don't like it, get rid of it. There's no need.
And that's the hard part, because it could be the
That's
ice. But why take the chance?
Right.
But it's to a point we talked about earlier this week. At the club, you're always throwing 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 7, 8. But here, he's throwing us 2 stone and maybe 6 stone, just trying to match them up. So he'll get rid of that 2 rock. Pick something else that he might like. What do you got, Ben? You going to come over and get it? Are you going to get? Oh, sure you are. My goodness. Kevin Cooey does what Kevin Cooey always seems to do.
Left him the out turn.
He's got a higher ceiling than most, I think. He throws a shot to make it. There's never any fear. He calculates it all. He's methodical, but then once he goes to sit in the hack, it's never about a smart side miss.
Yeah, but look at him
making it.
Pardon me, but just look at him coming down. There's nothing on his face to even suggest. He just stays in that one calmness, as it were. All right, got you this time, and I'll get you again.
He doesn't have to come down from the highs or up from the lows.
No, there's nothing there.
Clean.
Whoa.
Clean.
Forced to play this. They weren't quite sure.
Clean.
And away it goes. So a very nice cross-ring double by Kevin Cooey. Gets them out of a jam, and we blank the first.
The 2020 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by AGI, West Steel, Westfield, Batco, Nico, SureTrack, and more. We are AGI.
On this Friday afternoon, final day of round robin play, championship pool, the Grade 8. In this year's Tim Hortons Brier from Kingston, the 91st edition, Canadian Men's Curling Championship. A blank in the first means that once again it'll be Northern Ontario that does have last rock. They have the hammer playing the Redstone.
Hard.
Do that well, Pete. That rock.
All right, Kathy, let's begin our updates with Manitoba against Saskatchewan. And Manitoba in a must-win. Jason Gudlickson comes in at 4 losses as he plays Saskatchewan, the team from the Highland Curling Club in Regina, Matt Dunstone.
Well, in Jason's final stone, he went around. That was a good look at what he can see, and it's not a heck of a lot. He is trying to play the blank.
Hard, gotta go. Hard, gotta go. Hard.
Oof. No, he will not, and that will give the Manitoba an early steal of 1.
It's a tough shot.
That's a really tough shot.
Okay, bud.
And for Manitoba, that is steal number 10. And that's the most of any team.
Control.
A little break there for Northern Ontario.
You could roll here too, but
I like. What do you like? I'm okay with rolling away. Make them make something.
control.
Ontario and Alberta, again, will remind everyone if you get to 4 losses, you're going to need some help. Brendan Botcher, after last night's win, trying to regroup. Final stone on the way. Ontario from the Leaside Curling Club, John Epping.
Well, John facing 3 on his first, played a corner freeze. He has second shot, so he's trying to pick on the outside the shot stone for the single.
It won't go. So that's a steal of 1. That is the 9th steal given up by Ontario, and that's the most of any of the championship pool teams. So when you look at that, and you heard those two things, Ontario giving up the steals, Manitoba stealing a lot. What does that tell you about their respective game plans? Anything?
Well, if you're stealing a lot, you're taking risk. That would be the only thing. Or you're getting misses against you, but you have to have rocks in play. It can be risky when you're stealing a lot of points. It's not a stat that I would look at and check mark it as a successful team.
True.
But I think what you are doing is setting up the angles well. You're maybe setting up positional shots, and you're forcing the opposition to a really tough one, and you get mistakes now and then.
Clean,
Hard.
Yep. Hard. Yep. Hard, Mark. Hard.
BJ Hartington.
Clean.
Mark Kennedy.
Clean only. Clean.
And to it. Got him spread out now, hoping to maybe get a deuce here with Last Rock. Well, interesting, and you take a look at the numbers here, Northern Ontario versus Team Canada.
Well, I think we just saw why Canada is the lowest in points allowed. You look at that, they allow 3.9 points per game on average. Northern Ontario, the second lowest. So the interesting thing is going to be who's going to be able to generate the offense out there with these two teams that really do go to the defense or make a double like Kevin did to get out of an end.
However, those steals allowed goes to the number of big shots that Cooey has to play when he comes to throw. And it has been a concern for Team Canada that they're not getting, that he's not getting the support lead through third.
Right.
You know, as you both say, as a skip, give me a shot. The shots he's getting are the kind like last night in 10.
Yeah, and he played a run back with the wrong color from outside the area code and made it, but stuck it, and then it almost cost him the game. Yeah, you've got to simplify some of Kevin's shots.
And then you get a team like Northern Ontario, and you don't give up steals. This is a familiar scene here for Team Wildcard. We get a couple of blanks.
I think sometimes Kevin Cooey plays when he has hammer, he plays around the centers a lot. He'll go around the opposition center guard. He'll get the 4-foot shut down. I remember the best advice I was ever given: when you have hammer, you protect that 1 point. That has to be your point. Don't give it up. Don't give a steal. That's not the way you want to put points on the opposition scoreboard.
That's a really good point. It's 10 a game. If you get forced to a single with hammer, you've scored 5.
Right? Yeah.
Well, that might go to what I said we're seeing over with Wildcard and Newfoundland and Labrador, the blank. Last night, McEwen, Wildcard, had Last Rock, as he does today. And he had it against Manitoba. They blanked the first 4. So, to your point, if it's not setting up for you for that deuce, well, then get the blank.
Move on.
Move on.
Set up next end.
Yeah. Now we only have a couple of more events, and then we'll be moving on too, which is, oh, sorry, inner voice. Inner voice.
Moving on.
An interesting end, Cheryl. Cooey went after the back rock instead of the top Northern Ontario rock. They've nosed it like 8 times, and now there's no double.
Okay, that's good. Good. Boy.
Maybe now.
Sorry, guys. Early panic. Just had to be patient. Good sweep.
Rick Lang is the coach of this Northern Ontario team from Sault Ste. Marie, of course, the 3-time Brier champion. Coach Krista McCarville in Moose Jaw. You know, I asked him, panic after you got to 1 and 3? He said no. Certainly there was concern, but it's a team that has been in enough big games, must-win games over the course of their life, that they know how to handle it. The thing that he didn't like at times was the scoreboard control. And going back to your point, looking at the board, what do we do now if we have the last rock or we have the lead, for example?
Go.
I think also, Vic, if you're in enough must-win games, that you have this confidence that you will perform. You've been there, done that. You've played at a high level. You know you can make the shots, and that affords another level out there of comfort and confidence in those games.
Roll the red one buried here.
Yeah, that didn't work out so well.
Well, John Dunn, of course, is out of the Faculty of Kinesiology, Sports and Recreation at the University of Alberta, has been with Kevin Cooey for many years now. And the key for him is just to let Kevin be Kevin. And again, it comes back to that bubble. Giving him the opportunity, giving him a chance. But their execution has failed them so far. There's no doubt about it. They just haven't performed, as I say, lead through third.
But I really agree with letting Kevin be Kevin. He's so methodical. It's to the point it's painful sometimes, but that's the way he succeeds. That's how he percolates it through. He wanted an outturn there, for instance. He kept hitting the outturn rock to the point he had a double, almost made it.
Yep. Nice sweep, guys. Good sweeping.
Great weight. That was made for a variety of reasons. The brushing, the weight they called, knowing the spot in the ice to get that roll away. You sit there and you're giving them a pretty easy double. Well done.
Little more.
Only one option now is to actually throw that same shot he just threw, just the rocket, and try to stop it over there if he can for shot rock. Needs some speed to kick across that far.
Yep.
Isn't that interesting, eh? There's nothing, absolutely nothing to pick between these two skips.
Go.
That's a miss.
Take my path here.
Yeah. Which was, yeah.
Good. Marks, grab a button, right?
Well, Ontario's been the better team for two ends. They've got a chance to get rewarded here.
Should be nice and quick here, I would assume.
Yeah, it's good speed.
Keep it a little positive. Yeah.
The positive reference, Cheryl, is what?
Just on the release, so don't be soft. Make sure you get it out to the broom, that final motion, out crisp with rotation on it.
Because, Russ, we have seen if you come in here, as some teams do, soft releases, then it catches the fresh pellet.
Yes,
right?
exactly. And this is the spot they've worn down for the draw to the button. So if he throws the appropriate weight and hooks it a bit, he's into some fresh pebble and it won't make it.
Line's good.
You're in a good path. Good path.
There's the talk.
Hasn't really
so long as he's
curled
in a
yet.
good path, it'll glide.
So paint for two.
Nice weight, Brad. Really good. Good sweep, guys.
Northern Ontario will pick up a couple. Team Canada has the last drop when we come back. 4 sheets in play, as it has been since last Saturday when the round robin began. 16 teams in the 2 pools of 8, and then the top 4 in each pool moved on to the championship round, the Grade 8, starting yesterday. And so now the quick 4-game round robin as you come across and cross over. Northern Ontario picks up a couple, and we go to the third as we welcome you back to Kingston. Team Canada and the team from the Glencoe in Calgary, skipped by Kevin Cooey, have the last rock playing the Yellow Stones.
It's an early start for Canada to be giving up 2 points. If you only allow 4 a game, that's right. It's a long haul to limit that. So well done by Northern Ontario.
Northern Ontario's been doing this when they're defending, when they don't have hammer. They throw one, they don't even care if it's in the 4-foot off line, and then they kind of separate them. You'll see the red rock at the back of the 8-foot. Normally you would throw one on the button and guard it.
I don't really like doing this.
So it's kind of a way to force, but
That's fine, Brad.
we still got the 2 guards.
Okay, but
Try to get a
let's
little
remember
low.
now that what we were talking about earlier in the week. With the addition, one of the things that Mark Kennedy has brought with him is a little bit of unconventional thinking.
Yes.
To him, it's very conventional. But to someone else, if you follow a scripted routine that this goes here, you're naturally going to do this and this and this, that is unconventional.
Yes, and the reason for it, I think, is the conventional way would be put it in the button, guard it, and we might steal. But it also causes problems. They're not trying to steal here with this alignment at all. They're trying to force Kevin Cooey to a single, which would be massive in this type of game. It's interesting.
Well, Saskatchewan, after giving up that steal of 1, and Manitoba, look at that. They have 1 right on the lid. So how does Saskatchewan get in there?
Well, he's trying to angle that stone that the broom is beside, but like the first end, there's not a whole heck of a lot that he can see from the hack. Jason guarded the first time, tried to go around to lie 2 on his second shot, but was deep. So if Matt is able to make this and nut it, it's for 2.
Matt Dunstone, second Brier appearance out of the Highland Curling Club in Regina. Right to it now, angle it back, got it. Oh, that's lovely stuff. Very nice, Matt Dunstone. That's a nice bounce back after crashing in the first.
Great shots, kid.
Keep going.
Talked about Colton having struggles with his draw weight coming in. Just will need to have a better game, but he's been struggling with his hits.
We covered him, I think it was Wednesday, and I heard Kevin twice say Colton's just kicking out too hard. He's up on his toe. He gets to that hog line in a big hurry. Same ice makers as we had at the Scotties, where there's all kinds of the hog line violations. And I think it's just got him out of his routine.
You could even try the double peel if you wanted to.
I like just the 1.
Just the 1?
Well, it looks pretty tough.
Probably.
I guess you got to be a little bit careful here.
Okay.
Chances are it's going there, though.
The only,
Straight peel's fine.
back to your point, Russ, the only risk that I see, though, when you play the style where you don't, you're up 2 points, you typically would come top 4, throw a tight guard. You give the opposition the opportunity to get behind those corners. You throw them good. Like, they've got some chances to get back there. And they don't have to chase anything in the middle.
Right. They're not, you always say it too. It's keep them busy down the middle.
Yeah.
They're not keeping them busy.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
And it is interesting on sheet A, Kathy, how we all bought into that. There we go. It's a Newfoundland and Labrador sitting 2, final stone on the way from Mike McEwen.
Well, this force really generated by Brad Gushu's
Really?
first stone, in which he made a double to lie 2. And then Mike not able to make that double back. And now being forced, he's 8 foot.
Team wild card out of the West St. Paul Curling Club, northeast of Winnipeg. Mike McEwen played his way into the field with a win over Glenn Howard a week ago this evening. Last Friday night, there's your single. Second time that Mike McEwen has been team wild card.
Like that, Mark Peel.
You saw a chance there for Colton to kind of come down on that right-hand red and just had a little heavy again.
Gonna try the double here. It's the right call, but it's risky. You hit it too thin, you hit that red. You hit it too thick, you hit the other red. And
Really gotta go. Really gotta go. Hard, DJ.
Hard goal.
Hard, hard, hard.
Or it's not risky at all if you
yeah, I
make it.
forgot Mark was throwing. Sorry.
Yeah, really good. And then watch the brush and following it all the way down, and then needing the skipper to hold on a little bit as EJ got it through. Great call, line call.
That's it.
Forces EJ to make the double going back, or he might have the force.
I think so. Whoa. I think so. Yep. Hard flash. Gotta go.
Colton Flash. Hot one. Come over and back it up underneath. Oh, that's not bad.
Oh, that's really nice.
Is it ever?
Little spin up. Can only see half of it.
And there's backing.
Even if you hit and roll in off of
PJ Neufeld.
Missed it the right way. They want to get a little thinner, but by hitting it thick, you save your yellow, and good things happened.
You're on the top is not terrible.
Right. Yeah, so hack.
Yeah. Hack weight.
Tricky
Hack
little
weight.
spot here.
Thick
I
quarter.
think if my weight's right, it'll curl, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If I'm heavy, it'll run, so. I need a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been the characteristic of this ice. Any overthrows and you look like you're 2 feet wide. It just will not move.
Looks like maximum to me. It usually gets a little straighter as the second weekend approaches inside out.
Easy, easy, easy.
Whoa.
Haven't played many rocks here.
Wait. Whoa. Clean. Whoa. Whoa. Clean. Yep. 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 Hard.
Hard, Ryan. Keep going. Keep going.
Oh, they do well.
Oh, boy.
Avoid the jam, avoid the crash on the guard, and roll it to the back four.
Two beautiful shots by Mark Kennedy.
You can have all the unconventional strategy you want. It's going to work if you're going to curl like that.
Double.
My nose is like a fountain.
But the thing is that as Ontario came back with a single and 2 to tie. When you play that way, if you go back to those first 2 stones for Northern Ontario.
Do you hate this? Oh, I like that.
What an audible.
Hack. Okay.
It gets him. It gets the team. It gets Cooey thinking a different way.
It's hard to play against unconventional calls now and then because you play by rote. Well, we go here, you go there. I think sometimes it doesn't hurt whether it's a strategy call or not, a plan your own team has. It still also makes the other team think.
Well, we always hear teams complain, Canadian teams going to the Worlds, going, I didn't think they're going to do that.
Yeah. The unknown.
Little flop here. It's probably good, eh? Board.
Okay.
You know, we talked about the pool play and the record that you take with you. So, Northern Ontario, they lost 3 games. 3 games now into this championship. They picked up a win, but what happens if they should lose and fall to 4 with a game against Ontario tonight? And Ontario's on the ice. What happens to them if they should? You just try so hard to manage those wins and losses that they don't mean everything. And they could ultimately tonight for several teams.
Keep going. Keep going.
Never stop.
Keep going. Keep going, Ryan. Keep going, Ryan.
And rolling it away.
I think the tricks for these teams is having that kind of mental resiliency, strength, the ability to be able to, you think about that between games, what if, but when you step out onto the ice, it's just about how you're throwing the rock and nothing about scoreboard watching.
Probably hard to do it with normal.
So here's what Team Canada did through group play. Brought 2 losses with them, then lost one right away yesterday to Newfoundland Labrador. They could very well last night, if they're not for that mistake by Botcher, have been at 4 losses coming in here. But now they've got Northern Ontario in the close against Jason Gunlickson and Manitoba tonight.
Thick half.
No, I think half is good.
Speaks to the depth of field, doesn't it, when this team last year went through the entire event undefeated. They've lost last night, which they very well could have. They'd be at 4 losses playing this team, and they're down in this game. Sticking with the outturn.
think that hammer efficiency this week, you see 39%, I think is low across the field because of the field.
Yeah.
People aren't letting you convert.
Keeper from one to the other. Has he done it again? Oh, he has.
Incredible.
And the guard's in the way slightly.
Shut up.
The other thing that John Dunn was saying to me about Kevin, he doesn't mind the difficult shot if it's given to him. He's one of those players that if I make it, that's great. If I don't, I'm not. Life doesn't depend on it, but give me that opportunity. Just give me that chance. And too often this week and really throughout the season, he's not been given that opportunity.
No, that's true. I think his team, the other three, have been out curled in some of the games.
Well, Team Canada this year, you know, their preparation is different, of course. They don't have to come through the provincials. Final stone for Brad Jacobs. Can you give even a little bit of a roll the other way? No, bangs it there right on the nose. So he'll have to come and chase him. But Team Canada has not won this year. They're number 10 on the World Curling Tour. They've won just shy of $47,000, and they lost a couple of finals. But it hasn't been a typical Cooey kind of year.
No, and I think that had a lot to do with BJ Neufeld, who was I think he missed 4 events on paternity, and so that really you're bringing new players in, you're adjusting to new players, and you don't get in that. It's a tough year to do that.
And they had this one circled a year ago because that's Team Canada, and this is the one that Mr. Cooey wants to win.
Yep.
What a great double, Cheryl. You made the double roll buried.
Hard.
Oh boy, here comes that guard, and here they go. They got to save it now. Hebert flash. Get it. Oh. Wow. And there you go. Steal of one. Northern Ontario. You make the double. You can't make the blank.
The Brier is special.
Just tradition. Unbelievable.
It's everything.
Very special. The first thing that I dreamt as a kid was to go to the Brier.
I'll be honest, it's the event that we look forward to the most every year.
We prepare our whole season for this event. We put all our eggs in this basket.
Of all the things we've accomplished so far, the things that my teammates are most excited about is making the Brier.
Take it as a special moment. There are only a few people who get to play in the Brier.
It's hard to put that into words.
To come and represent your province in front of big crowds against great teams, it's an honor.
That was instilled in me very early by our old pal Ray Turnbull. How precious it was to be given and wear that Purple Heart. Alberta, top of the table as we head into these final 2 draws of play. Again, if you can get to 9 wins, you're in. If you get to 5 losses, you're out. And anywhere in between, you're still alive. Well, it's so nice to see Craig Saville, of course, yeah, the 2-time Brier champion with Glenn Howard in 7 and 12, of course. Lost those curling trials, remember, back in 09 to go to the Olympics. And I think he's turned his attention to coaching now.
What a great player and a brilliant. He'll be a wonderful, wonderful coach.
It's good. It's good. Yep. Almost line.
And nice to see him after his his health issues and healthy again.
Okay. Good weight. Just pick this through the hole.
Just came out the other side on them.
You got enough?
These are always tricky because you don't want to tick that yellow guard on the Tim Horton Cup and kick it into the rings. You don't play much out here.
Yep. Right to it. Right up.
Oh,
That was close to ticking it.
That's the rock I was talking about.
So Northern Ontario leads it 3-1, and it's Team Canada that does have last rock playing the Yellowstones. Colton Flash.
Same shot, really. The depth was fine. You need maybe a little more ice.
Hard line. Line only. You gotta go line, bro. Too much for weight. What? T-line.
If it's tight and it's heavy, it's going to overcurl for sure.
Okay, that's better now. More.
I'm trying to think who you think's got the shot there.
I think it is yellow.
Okay,
those stones on the lid there, Vic, back to back, really nice draws by both skips. So Jason's trying to come through the port, angle his own stone back, remove the Saskatchewan stone for 2.
Jason Gunlickson, Manitoba against Matt Dunstone and Saskatchewan. All right, first things first. Through there, that works. Angle that back. Oh, that works too. And boy, look at that. He had the little catcher at the back. Just at the back edge of the 4. That will give him 2 and retake the lead.
Whatever you like.
Boy, Jason, you know, he's known around the world for the high hard ones, but he's really impressed me this week with that soft touch. Some really good shots.
He's worked very hard at that part of his game.
Did you get a time on Hortons? I got a 14.8 on that.
Yeah, it's like you're 20, I think.
Okay.
Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah. Make sure you have enough. Just a little more.
Tougher pick now, so they're changing gears because I think you play the pick, you're at risk at maybe jamming it on the back stone. So now play the freeze down.
Clean.
And I believe Northern Ontario is sitting 2 right now.
Just for weight. Line. Clean. Road. Perfect. Road. Clean. Little bump. Clean. Road. Clean. Little bump. Clean. Yep. T-line. Yep. EJ. Whoa. Yep. Little bump. Yep. Hard. Whoa. Oh boy. Good shot. Good sweep.
Just perfect. Mark Kennedy has made, last end, that double, that little soft tap.
Now they've just, they're being out-curled at the moment, Team Canada. Another update in a 1-1 tie. And Alberta appears to be sitting the shot rock.
They are. John Epping made a good hit and roll underneath, and Brendan drew to be shot. John Epping couldn't necessarily get shot, so he just tried to lock it on a quarter side of it to take away a draw for 2, but it over-curled. So trying to make a bit of a tap here to lie to.
You gotta go. Hard line, you got it. Hard, you got it. Clean. Yeah, clean. We're good. Hey, shot.
Very good, boy. He wishes he had that one back. That kind of weight last night.
How true.
In that 10.
Well, something to keep an eye on, Vic and Russ and Cheryl, today is Greg Owasco said before the game that he stayed up late night and watched TSN replays of the draws from yesterday and decided that he didn't like the way the rocks were finishing, didn't feel they finished enough. So he's changed the pebble head today so that the rocks will continue to curl, but they will be able to finish more. So we may see some shots getting caught on over curl.
Like John Epping's last one.
You bet.
Hack and try to get to nose.
Well, the rocks, as we've seen in some events, they, as we say, they sharpen them prior to an event, and if they don't, if they can't manage the pebble as Greg is trying to do now and John Wall, they will again sharpen the stones prior to the championship round. They have not done that, and they will not, according to the ice makers, touch the stones. They are, so they'll try to make the pebble, adjust the pebble
instead of the stones. Makes sense. You see that happen.
Keep going, keep going.
Risk at times is if it flattens out on you in an extra end, if you lose that pebble and you get flat down the slide path.
Yeah, there's Greg and John Wall working this event together. Some of the teams will have known these stones, having used them at the Continental Cup and the Canada Cup.
The detail they have to go through. Remember last week in Moose Jaw, it was so dry out there. By the time the pebble came out of the pebble can, landed on the ice, it had shrunk enough that it wasn't the appropriate size. So they had to change the pebble size. Amazing what the hoops they have to go through to make the ice this consistent.
You can't blast it. It's going all into those reds.
Sure.
Right?
Sure. I'm in.
Another great shot by Kennedy.
It's worth a discussion now as BJ Neufeld makes his way down.
Freeze on this?
Yeah, it's either that or try and get one right there.
Newfoundland Labrador have come back with a single to tie.
I guess you've got this. This is good because I think you can make this and hit it kind of up here, right? Doesn't spin in past this one. This definitely looks is easier.
Yeah, for sure. I like that.
You got to get a little low.
Just a shade low, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, to freeze in the angle, that top 8 one is difficult.
Shade low. Hair low. Yeah, you want to be just a shade low and then can't really do much with it.
There almost gets a point, Russ, that for Northern Ontario, too many reds is hurting him. But it's been hard to avoid with the two really good corners. They had to go around and sit 3. You couldn't peel those, double peel them off.
No.
Pretty close to the same.
Line's good.
Hard line.
Line's good.
Line only. Line's good. Line's good.
Line's really good.
Go. Get a room.
Lead's good.
Looks here, Ben.
Lead's good.
Lead's good, Kev. Clean.
We're right on it.
Yep.
Hard line.
Hard line. Hard. Whoa. Come on.
Pretty nice.
Good spot, Beach.
So just a sec. What if you hit this?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Even if we just got rid of it.
What if you peeled this out?
Yeah, what's he doing? Hit and roll away?
He might be coming here. He's trying to get to there.
Maybe.
It's not an easy shot.
And we blast and give up. Then we blast and give up 2.
What do you blast?
Well,
this one?
Not right now. Not right now.
No, on his last one. I know what you're saying.
I think you hit that. Is that shot over the red?
This is 3rd shot. Yeah, this is 3rd.
And I don't think nosing this does us any good.
No, I just don't want to kill this one to somehow bring that into play. So you could just peel it over the top.
Yeah, that would be good.
You okay with that?
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah. Seeing anything else? I mean, you could throw
the other shot is to not this red.
I like running the red
one
back.
This doesn't leave though. Then he's got this double, and you're asking.
The angle's not great.
You'd have to hit it right on the nose really hard and get on that yellow.
Yeah. Listen, I love this. The only other shot is to pick it clean. Then I don't like that.
Hold on. Is this there?
Maybe. I think he makes something really good, guys. It's a good scoreboard call. Make him make a really good shot to get his deuce here, right? Like he might be trying to hit and roll away. Make him make something good. Let's do this.
You like that one?
I mean, he has to. Kevin Cooey has to do something with shot stone, and that's your chance.
Yes, this could be a double. Right?
Yeah, that's what Mark's saying is we should have something back, or worst case, we give up a deuce, which you get rid of this back one, and if you don't, you give up a 3.
Okay, what stands out, first of all, let's talk a little bit about Kennedy and what he's brought to this team. You know, there's always that little devil and angel on the shoulder, and sometimes Brad wants to listen to the devil. The angel is Kennedy right here, and he's saying, look at the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what's the worst that could happen is a 2.
Yep.
Well said, because we tend to not.
Hard.
Yep. Keep going, Ryan.
Can easily get caught up in the game.
Got this one, guys?
No, he's going to leave it right there.
Okay, Brad, that's fine.
Ideal.
He wanted to roll away, right?
Yeah,
he wanted to get right out of there.
As Cheryl said, the back ones aren't helping him.
you're doing that, you might as well do this.
Right. Yeah. I don't mind that.
How easy is this?
What? Like for him to come off?
No, for me.
Oh.
What do you got of this?
Probably have about a third.
You got
yeah.
a third?
Yeah.
As easy as I thought.
If we do this, what do you think he's doing?
How do you get there though, Cheryl? With the
Like
intern?
bang that onto
Yeah,
that.
but there's risk.
I would be happy with that.
Tight court.
This definitely makes him think.
God, I just want to see that is.
He doesn't have enough turn.
You need to hit what? You need to hit a thick third.
You could just guard this.
Room to make the out turn on that top red into the yellow.
It does curl there.
Yeah, and if he leaves that, if he guards, that's going to be open for this. You might be able to.
Yeah. Okay.
Almost can roll it in.
Need a bit of weight to get.
If you make this, it's behind staggers and
It's a great call.
tough to be removed.
I'm not sure it's makeable though, is it?
Well,
Got that long yellow.
yeah.
I guess it's got to get to the inside. Yeah.
And then get by the high one and then hope it curls at the end.
Not as easy as I thought.
No, but he can't take away these other two shots in the middle, right? He can't guard them both. I think his best shot's going to be out turn freeze on the yellow. Yeah. It doesn't look super easy with board this hole, does it?
Good board. Doesn't look easy with anything.
Gotta get low if we're playing this. So.
It's finally an intern.
That's a good view. You can see high yellow one in the way.
Weight's good. Solid board.
Clean.
Whoa, flash.
Yep. Close.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Gotta go.
Whoa.
Yep.
Hard.
We're trailing right now, 3-0 as we play here in 4.
Man.
Good shot.
Pound heavier than they wanted.
If we roll under here,
That's his best chance at the.
well, it's like dead jamming, isn't it?
Yeah. Does he even have the shot for two if he knows it?
What's he playing for two? He has to do this, right? That's his shot.
Oh yeah. So we want to roll.
I think we got to roll to see if we can roll to here.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so nose isn't the end of the world.
Gotcha.
I'm thinking that like board weight, right there.
You know what? For a flatter roll, I'd love to see you throw control.
Okay, let me see. Hair more.
You know we're rolling, but nose is pretty good too.
Try to, yeah, nose is okay. Roll under would be great.
Doesn't the nose kind of help you better if Kevin chases that red shot stone?
Yes, it could jam.
Yeah, it's a catcher. I don't know if I'd roll at all.
No, I think so. Maybe an inch. Yeah, you roll right to the center line. It's not helping at all.
No.
No.
Board. Control.
Final stone for Northern Ontario and Brad Jacobs. Nothing yet. Got to come through that hole, of course.
EJ.
Now, helping it over just a little bit. You're going to get that roll? No, right on the nose. And so sits right there.
Still not the easiest dude.
No. I think that stone sitting there.
Back line.
It's tough.
Yeah, maybe could have rolled a little farther. Maybe to there.
I think if he hit half with back
But you're
line.
right, because once Kevin taps that, he can't roll very far. So he wants to hit as much of this as he can, and it sticks on that, and he doesn't get it. Matter of fact, if he's a hair heavy, jams it perfectly. It's a steal. That red will be closer than the yellow.
This is not an easy shot.
Splitting off.
True. Mike, I thought to myself, if you could ever roll that to center, it was lost.
That looked tough.
That's what I. Oh yeah, I know.
Clean. Weight's good. Back line. Back 12. Whoa. Close flash.
This is really first thing he's played quietly today.
Hard.
Throwing just 71% game. Flash now. Question is, will he able to hold the shooter, roll it away, and lovely. Very nice. What a great two that was, to be able to play it quietly enough to come down and hold the shooter for two. As we welcome you back on this Friday afternoon, final day round robin play. Yes, we are in the home, the city of the tragically hit Kingston for this year's Tim Hortons Brier. And so we go to 5, and it'll be Northern Ontario, the team from Sault Ste. Marie that does have last rock. They have the hammer, playing the Redstones.
Whoa, Mark! Yeah, Mark! Hardy! Shooter! Shooter!
Playing the tick for the second time.
Attaboy, Pete.
Nice, Brian.
Shot.
Well done.
But again, to some that may be unconventional because usually save that until the 10th,
yes.
right? But you've both said, why do teams not use it earlier?
I think it's a weapon if you do. I know Holman's team does. They use it mid-game, early game.
Well, the one thing it definitely does is that it drives the other skip nuts. Because now what's Kevin got?
Those two Reds over there are staggered, and they are Northern Ontario colors, so maybe something to use there. Again, there that's what you point at if you're looking statistically at who is struggling.
Hey, line's scared.
Gotta go to get to your room, I think, a little.
Now it's make it usable.
Okay.
Shot.
Shot. I like the jams there.
You know, obviously, Kevin Cooey always says, just give me a shot and I'll do my best to make it. And he got his chance here.
Wow, the opposition's always on high alert. They wonder what they've left. And when Kevin's throwing, you you never know.
Oh, good shot, Kevin.
For him to be able to play it quietly enough and then hold the shooter in the 4-foot leads to it too. The key shot is brought to you by OK Tire, service, repair, and tires.
Halfway.
There's that dreaded jam shot that you see in extra ends and 10th ends. It rarely happens, but that kicked off a corner rock, and look where it stopped. Now Cooey can guard it for all it's worth. So it's worth a lot.
Halfway.
It's in a good spot.
Hard then, Ben. Whoa, line's good. Where are you? Halfway.
Little tighter than half.
Halfway. Beach. Gotta go, both of you. Hard, Ben. Go Beach.
I think it also, that shot by Kevin also lights the fire for this team. You know, they give up a steal on a tough one where Kevin took the guard and breathes a little life into them.
Rocks are the same.
Well, maybe keep it a little solid.
Solid hack. Depends on how you throw it. I think that's close.
I see Kevin and BJ talking about rocks. They're discussing, they're not comfortable with the rocks. Are they the same?
And it's Colton's they're talking about. Yeah.
Hard, Mark.
You gotta go, Mark.
Whoa.
Oh.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Roll it. Yep. Right over.
Nice each.
And rolling it away from that center guard.
There's way too many curlers, Cheryl, I think, that blame it on themselves all the time. It's, oh, no, it's not the rock. I was just narrow. No, I was just heavy. You know, and sometimes that's true.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's the rock. You have to identify them to be that precise to win a game like this.
Control.
I think it's a good thing when teammates just basically jump up, and if there's some doubt, hey, let's get rid of it. Well, somebody else will take it. I've got a great one. Why don't you take mine? Hard. It's always a good line.
No.
And right now, the Colton Flash and BJ Neufeld are way below their week average. 3-2 Manitoba leading as they play in the fourth, and Saskatchewan has the last rock.
Well, and it looks pretty wide open, and it is now, but Jason Gunlickson had to make a triple on his first to reduce the yellow granite in the house, and then when he wasn't able to roll underneath on his final, it has left an open hit for two.
Nice end, boys.
Clean.
Good way. Yep.
To retake the lead,
Yep.
Saskatchewan, Matt Dunstone from Regina.
Whoa, clean, whoa. Yep, whoa, whoa. Whoa.
Mark having a 97% game. Some of the shots he's made, doubles, he's
roll it.
Another one.
That was the difference in the numbers. 90 coming in for Mark, 87 for BJ. They're not much difference. Two great thirds. But look at the difference in the plus minus, 7-0.
Alberta's sitting 1 and 2. Final stone belongs to Ontario and John Epping.
Brendan Butcher hit and rolled to lie 2, was trying to stay undercover and didn't. So this is an open hit, but as you said, Vic, it is against 2.
Matt Cam. Watch out. Watch out. Ooh, and does it sit? Not in time. That one there. Steal of 1.
It's a second steal on Ontario. They're in trouble there.
Yeah, they gave up a steal in the first as well.
So Mark Kennedy it's not that he's the 90% is one thing, it's what he does to the other third. Look at BJ here, he's at 72%. Mark's at 97.
Wow.
He's killing him.
Sorry, guys. Did that lose a lot of juice, or was I just...
I think speed's good everywhere.
Unforced error there, though, for Mark.
Yeah, now you get your chance if you're Kevin Cooey. You can look at setting up somewhere to get a force. That's what Kevin wants to send. He does not want a blank, and he can't give up a deuce.
That's the familiar game story we talked about earlier, and it just appears to be a trade of Mike McEwen. Blank the first, trade of singles, and then McEwen blanks 4 and 5, and so they sit 1-1 going to 6.
Fighting 4-foot depth. Just full 8, fight the 4. Yeah.
Mark can't believe it. He's either underthrew it or just hit a little bit of pebble that you'd think would be gone by now.
Nope. I think that's good. Fight the 4, boys. Plenty of weight, plenty of weight, plenty of weight.
Yeah, that one draw resulted in the quiet draw, quiet tap, and sit resulted in that deuce
Hard line.
in the 4th.
Line's good. Doesn't need a curl, though. I know. Stop 12. Gotta stop, guys. I know. Line's good, guys. Still gotta stop. No, gotta stop.
Yeah, it's going to pop out the other side.
Great weight, Koo.
Yeah, maybe enough that Jacobs could do damage. Hit and rolled behind the corner.
Oh, it's almost half. Just worked it the end well.
So as Kathy mentioned.
Yeah, her point about
the pebble.
Trying to get some extra curl at the end, some finish.
Amazing what they can do, eh?
Well, we even saw that one end coming this way where going around the corner, they all over curled, going around the corner at the end.
Cooey wrecked on the blank attempt, over curled.
Yeah. Roll it behind that guard.
Yeah.
So Jacobs has a plan. He's going to try, instead of just picking it, and then Cooey goes around and makes a better one, he's going to try and roll behind the corner. And then it's a little scary for Kevin. Make one mistake and Jacobs gets his deuce.
Very consistent, Brad Jacobs. 97%. He has had 2 straight games at 97.
Go right. Hard right. Gotta go. Gotta go. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop.
Gotta go, Pete. Gotta
go.
And where are they going to go? Well, that one will go far enough, it appears. That one. And it hangs on.
Just.
I think you thank your brushers on that one.
What do you
Directional brushing got that last little bit of finish.
Close. I think it's probably not. I don't think you were wide enough to have.
Way open.
Yeah, I like that.
What do you want to see out here? Like easy and hope it comes up?
I like that. And I think it will come up a little.
Yeah, I don't think it'll go crazy though.
I think you have to hit it. It's
Yep. Yeah, we just watched what he did with his last one. He left it open enough on the come around.
So you take a little more ice and it doesn't curl up enough, and an easy deuce. You just keep it close and get comfortable.
You can roll this buried and make it tricky to blank.
You like a shade more? Brad owes you $50 for that one. How's that look? It's good. That's good.
Again, it's what your teammates leave you to. You think about the struggles in front of him, but today he's even lower at 78%. Started off well, slumping a little bit, and today it's 78.
Post flash. Whoa, whoa. Ben.
Yeah, you can go, Ben.
Hard, you got chance. Hard, Ben. Hard.
A chance. Very nice.
Good one, Jeff.
Oh, pretty good.
You gotta chase him.
Like under it all? Yeah.
Nice toss.
Keep the ice.
Oh boy, I feel like you can't see much of that at all.
Not at all.
I mean, you're
holy.
You might be surprised sitting in the half.
It's not gonna look great from down there.
No. I don't think it is.
You could make it, it could be 3-3 here in a big hurry.
This can't look very good from the half.
No. It doesn't look good from anywhere.
Yeah. Even Mark turning around to Kevin Cooey and VJ Neufeld. He can't like seeing this. You just got to believe and then hope that EJ Harnden will brush you by. There you go. What do you think? Wow. Down at that end, it looked terrible. Down at this end, it looks just fine. Thank you very much. We'll put a blank on the board. We're going to the break. 3-2 Northern Ontario.
The 2020 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
Northern Ontario and Team Canada. That's our feature here on this final day round robin play championship pool 3-2 at the break. Let's go inside the numbers.
Boy, you really have to look at that third end. Where can you get that extra point? That was all Mark Kennedy that end. He made that great double and then a soft tap and roll. You've got a Canada back end playing 79%. You've got an Ontario back end playing 96% and applying a lot of pressure.
Numbers after 5 are brought to you by AGI. It's equipment and technology solutions for agriculture. Team Canada trying to find a solution to come back against Northern Ontario.
The 2020 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by Home Hardware. Here's how. By Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Curling Canada. And by Cashmere Bathroom Tissue. Nothing feels like cashmere.
As we look down in the foreground, that's the world famous patch, the Brier patch. And then, of course, Leon Center. And off towards and up the river towards next stop Montreal, as we are at the eastern end of Lake Ontario, here in Kingston for a second time, here in the limestone city back in 2013 for the Scotties and Rachel Holman's first Canadian championship, and second time that Kingston has hosted the Canadian Men's Curling Championship, the Brier. That was in 1957. Matt Baldwin of Alberta won. And we bumped into some old friends from Manitoba who reminded us yesterday, as we say welcome back, first of all. And we go to the 6-3-2 Northern Ontario. This was the Ray Turnbull, our old pal.
Yes.
When he won his first Manitoba championship was in 57. And they came here as underage players. Liquor laws and everything was 21, so they couldn't do anything. So when he won the Brier in '65, well, Ray made up for it. Right, they made up for it.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah. So, but his first one was here in Kingston as an underage Manitoba championship team.
Yeah, love it.
There. All there. Right here.
Ryan Harnden, they threw a long guard, right Canada did, and Ryan Harnden made the perfect tick.
Yep.
Two of them get lost in too.
Hard beach, you got a good one.
Right up. Right up.
Good
right
sweep.
up,
That's
right
good.
Up. Right up.
Really good.
You like here at all? Sure.
Just hit it.
All right, Kathy, let's update Manitoba against Saskatchewan. Who's shot there, do you think?
It's yellow based on not only the call, but also Matt indicating that he thought it was theirs. Jason played a tap on his first one, and that's how close he got, but he is not shot. And no opportunity other than he's trying to come off his own to move that yellow stone sideways.
Gun looks in, look out. Oh boy. And that is it. So that's a steal of one for Saskatchewan. Had given up the earlier steal in the first and just their sixth steal, Saskatchewan, of the tournament, and that is the lowest of any team.
Nice, Ryan.
The 4. Speed's good. Curl's big here.
Yeah, I'd suggest the Harnden brothers are much better players if that's possible since they won the gold medal. They've improved that much. They were good hitters, great brushers, but I think the soft shots were not their forte back then. They're just making everything.
Still small bump, Kev.
Clean.
Whoa, off.
Shot Bosch.
And let's get everybody up to date now on Ontario and Alberta. 4-1, Alberta leading, particularly after that steal of 1 and 4. Final stone, John Epping.
And he's trying to find a way to score 2. It was a very similar situation on his first. Made a super draw right to the pin to lie 2, but enough exposed. Brendan Bottcher was able to pick it out and roll away. Now he's trying just the tap for 2.
And that unlocks everything, and there they are. Top and back 4. They'll go to the break. Alberta leads it 4-3.
Not too high. Halfway at least.
Halfway.
Yeah, halfway. Let's make it good.
Should be close. Colton just threw that top 8 tap freeze down here.
Whoa.
A few feet short of that.
Oh, it's heavy. No, you're good.
Weight's good.
Yep, hard beach.
Curls much.
Whoa, off now. Line's good. Stay with it. 2/3. Clean. 2/3. Stop. It's got to stop. Yep.
Ooh.
Yep. Hard bend. Right up. Good. Whoa. Beach. BJ.
You don't have the right angle, and he just freezes
Control.
another one anyway.
Control weight.
Okay.
They're trying to roll in with this too. Eh?
Yes.
Love the call.
Almost deep enough to do so.
Hard work.
Really curling.
Whoa. Stay with it, Ryan. Yep.
Get it, Barry.
What are they going to cover this? Look at that. Roll it to the edge and underneath. Oh, goodness.
Oh, that's as good as you see all week.
It's
Nice
just
throw, TJ.
getting
Really good.
everything out of a shot. It's just not good enough to peel it. Lots of teams would run up and just peel this off.
Almost all of them. Yeah.
And they get a little unlucky here because watch, because of there's still some sharpness in the stone, it actually came back.
Yeah, it was half buried at least, and it hooked back in.
Buried though, eh? Come on, man.
Little disappointment in that shot by the team.
Yeah, they're riding them for not getting it buried. Still a good situation here for Jacobs.
Just hack.
Josh, that's good. That's what we want. Whoa. Off.
Benny, you gotta go.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Okay.
Good one, Beach. Wait.
Yeah.
Board.
Mark Kennedy on that previous shot. I know half of it was underneath, but could you not have tried maybe a little harder, or would you have tried to roll it away from that guard, not to leave this shot, Cheryl?
Well, you could set something up with a double then, right? And it would be yellow onto that red double. So I think they were trying to stay away from that pile.
Okay.
So I'd like to give you a good point, Vic, but next time.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Could be.
Maybe tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
How we amuse ourselves.
Board weight.
Mark tried to get underneath. He wasn't that close.
No.
Rolled out last, and not like Mark.
Weight's perfect.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Definitely you. Definitely you.
Hard flash.
Just 77% so far for
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
BJ
whoa, whoa.
Neufeld.
Little roll. Good spot. Nice, Beach. What? Board.
Forward again.
Compared it to Mark Kennedy, now throwing 93%.
I guess. You trying the roll or the nose?
Well, I think you want to roll if you can.
Okay.
There you go.
You're all buried here.
Mm-hmm.
Kui might be forced to play that yellow raise, and even if he makes it, there could be a yellow double, and because this rock's buried, that would set up your 2.
A little less. Yep. A little less. Yep.
Easy.
Whoa.
Easy.
Whoa. Clean.
Whoa.
Whoa. Ryan.
Can't get it to curl here.
Whoa. Whoa.
Ryan
Roll
Harden.
it. Roll it. Roll it.
Got a little roll in you,
Oh,
and a little bit, not much.
Now he left the red double.
That's good sweep, guys. Good sweeping.
Yeah, I think I like.
Easy normal.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, you can separate actually playing this tap yellow onto red and roll the shooter. Exactly.
Something like that. And then the yellow would be here, and there's no double. But if they don't make it
You roll
properly,
somewhere.
a double brings that rock back into play.
Yeah.
And the blank's not bad, so if he makes a double and doesn't save the shooter, we got the blank at least.
You're assuming we're always gonna.
Fine with it.
Right?
Here's the thing, you can't nose this. If you nose this, he goes like this, it's a deuce.
Yeah, I don't.
So,
I think we play the
if
roll.
you play it, it's nice.
I mean, he can draw here too if he wanted.
Yeah. We gotta hit that now.
Half a rock with easy normal?
You don't, he's just good back 4 and then it's a deuce.
Yeah, I think
you
that's
got the run in there.
That's borderline a lot of weight, don't you think?
But it's hard.
I think you have to make a move in this one, Cheryl, because if you don't, let's say you hit the right-hand one, Jacobs just draws for 2.
Yeah, and the right-hand one is pretty flat too and long.
Mm-hmm.
I think you get better reward on this because of where you can roll your shooter.
Definitely would not take any more.
Yeah, I know. Do you think that's max?
I do.
Which one's gonna be lower? I don't know, if you roll to the middle 8, no way, that's dead even. Thinking control weight, Koo?
Yeah, I'm talking like solid, easy. Control is probably the weight.
I think this is good.
We talk about Kevin's
I don't want to be half a rock.
upweight hitting ability, but
yeah,
this is the shot he's so good at too. Just picking the right speed.
Well, and then Colton stay with the shooter. That'll be the other key.
Well, we talk about the style of play for Team Wildcard and Mike McEwen, how he doesn't like to take a lot of chances unless he's going to get his deuce. But boy, here against Newfoundland Labrador, might be thankful to get a single, huh?
Well, he's definitely not getting a deuce. He's facing 3 on his final stone. Tried to freeze around a guard on his first, grazed ever so slightly, and Brad Goucher made a very soft weight tap back to lie those 3, and he does need 4 foot.
Like it's close. Turn like it's close, guys.
Okay.
in a 1-1 tie.
Looks like button. Go ahead, clean it.
And that's why he is 94% on his draws this week, Mike McEwen.
That's a big number.
He's not reading the ice right, Russ.
Cooey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he threw the weight he wanted.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. And I would hazard a guess he was very close to the broom. So,
on his out turner, yeah, I think so.
So
what looks more natural from there? Which way do you guys like?
That's a big, big
That
mistake.
looks more natural.
You ever worry about him doing this?
Oof. Maybe.
It's kind of what we know. I mean, we haven't seen a lot of the intern. That's the tough part.
And if we hit and roll out,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I think to make this shot, Mark, we got to be about control weight with that guard.
I know. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know if that's there then, honestly.
Well,
if
let
you're
me have a
throwing
look.
control and hitting here, I'd love to score 3.
I know.
Like I love this shot.
That guard is in the way a bit.
Yeah, why not just hit the yellow roll of the button?
No, it does. It does.
Like, I think you can make this intern with
That way, yeah.
Yeah, Mark's really focused on a 3, but I don't think you need to be.
Yeah, I think it's like a soft board, like a quiet board, right? No more than board.
Yeah, board's fine, man. Half or off his board. Right there.
Little more?
Board.
Huh? You like a little more?
Board? Yeah.
They originally looked at it this way because it's easier to clear the yellow than to clear it this way. But that guard at the top's in the way, so you're just going to try to hit half of this with soft weight and try to roll so there's no double at that back 8-foot area.
You said something interesting, Carol, that Mark Kennedy shouldn't be focused on the 3. Why?
Well, you look at the score, and really you start focusing on a 3. You see it happen often, and you end up over-rolling or risking on a shot, and you give up a steal on something.
So it'll just take care of itself, basically?
And the two's huge. You don't need a 3. You're up 1 point with a hammer. That puts you up 3, and that's lots.
E.J. Harden, look at this, managing this stone and then rolling it away.
Great spot, Bradley.
And there it goes to the back edge and hangs on to the back edge of the 8.
Brilliant.
Great throw.
Right on, man.
Great
Right
call,
on.
buddy. I couldn't see anything. I couldn't even help
Got
you out.
legs in your way? Got to be the right call. Yeah.
You left it up to a very good line caller then.
Sweet.
Yeah, thanks.
Again, just that little bit of a voice of reason, calmness that Mark Kennedy brings.
Yeah, I think Jacobs in that situation was looking at the tougher of the 2 shots, and Mark said, "Well, what about this?" You know, and that's how you help your team. Great throw, though.
I just knew with where the broom was and where I was coming out, just don't overthrow it again. Just don't overthrow it.
I mean, I'm okay with it.
Thinking freeze, I think. Oh boy.
Well, both doubles are really hard.
Yes.
But a freeze is really risky. That's a Mark might be there might be a 4 coming into play.
Get it on. You like the freeze?
Sure. Sure.
This is the season
No,
though
it's
for
too. So
Kevin
if you're,
Cooey.
if you're right here,
Yeah, it's not as
3/4 high, it's pretty hard to get it out of there.
I'm giving flash there. It's max. It's edge of button's probably close, don't you think?
Yeah, when I was thinking it's past the tee line. I was thinking middle 4. Yeah, okay.
Hardest shot out there with these rocks.
Yes.
It has to be perfect.
That shade more curl we talked about. Shade more curl here. It would be a draw for 3 or hit for 4. You can keep it angled on the high side, make it good. It could redirect onto that back one. Doesn't look like a lot of ice.
You need a little more?
You'll need a hair more than that one, but not much.
Should slide good here.
I would doubt if that's extra ice.
Final stone for Team Canada. Kevin Cooey right now facing 3 as we play here in 6.
Hard line.
Flash has got him. Hebert has got him.
Hard line. Hard line.
Big carry here for these two.
Hard line. It's like it's grabbing a bit or something.
And that's not going to have a chance.
Keep going, Ben. Keep going.
Okay.
He's not reading the ice very well
No,
today.
no.
Very unusual.
Yeah, and it's all the overcurls.
Throw a little less, or you think I think it's a hack weight shot. Right there. It'll be similar, Mark.
Could take your 3 here.
Yeah. Or you go right for the throat.
Yep.
That was like a quiet board.
It's really ain't crazy. What if you went by it, tapped out your own, and you score 1?
Yeah. Wow.
I'm sure they're going to miss the right way here, but.
You like that?
Yeah.
So negative.
I know.
He's just really.
Just thinking, wow, that's harsh. I might quit curling if I did that.
A great opportunity here for him. He has a chance for a 4 spot.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
EJ.
EJ. Hard EJ.
EJ.
You got to go, bud.
Every inch.
Got to go with it. Get it by that one first. We did now.
Nice, Ryan.
And very nice. Look at them there. 4. Northern Ontario. That's the first 4 that Team Canada has given up this week. 7-2. Well, that's huge. 4. To lead at 7-2, we go to 7. Team Canada will have the last rock. They have the hammer. Ben Hebert throws the lead stone. On this final day of the round robin play in the championship pool.
I think Cheryl's right, Beck. Kevin's just not quite getting the broom in the right spot. That little extra curl with the different pebble. And it was a pretty dangerous call. It's easy from up here after it's over, but you were 1 down. And there was a tough double, but how tough was it for Kevin Cooey? We've seen him make about 3 of them already. He makes that double. He's 3 down. Freeze is just so tough against, Jacobs.
So this draw plus 1 more tonight, and here are the standings as we came into this day. Alberta could have been in the Final 4 had they won it last night, but they gave it up in an extra. So if you can get to 9 wins, to simplify, 9 wins, you're in. If you get to 5 losses, you're out. So right now, Jason Gunlickson is playing for his Brier life, and everyone else in between is still alive.
You're going to have to sweep it to curl.
Mine's good.
Okay.
And it's appropriate, I guess, since we're talking about Manitoba. And Jason Gunlickson playing for his life out of Morris, Manitoba, and he has the last.
Well, he is shot stone, and Matt Dunstone was trying to tap his own straight back on top of that to take away any chance for 2. But he wound up actually opening things up and rolling to a spot that Jason's now trying to hit and roll in for his pair.
Roll it, should be okay.
Well, there you go. Desperation for him, and it pays off as he scores a couple to tie.
I think you're over.
Does slide better than his other one. Yeah.
Well, there's the other thing that I think has been a bit of an issue for Canada is Colton Stone. So can be a little bit, you're not reading the ice as well as you typically do, but you're also maybe not getting the reads you want to.
Team Wildcard with their single. And Alberta with a blank, so it remains 4-3 there.
Clean. Clean. Very nice, Mark.
Corner's pretty deep. That's the, I think, a problem when you're stacking them up on both sides. You throw like a 1 and a 3.
Line's good.
Or a 3 and a 1. And
Line's
then when you
good.
get the chance to go around this one, it's such a short run back.
Top tee. Yeah, it's got a curl. It's always Benny.
C-line.
Back 8. Hang it back here, Ben.
Yeah, go Ben. Go Ben.
Yeah, they're going to take it deeper than normal just to get some separation.
Right up, right up, right up, right up.
That's completely buried.
Mark Kennedy.
Yep.
In a 9th, Brier.
Lead. Lead.
3-time champion.
Good boy.
Makes it go away. So the next stop on our season of champions will be the World Women's. Will be in Prince George beginning a week tomorrow. Carrie Anderson will wear the maple leaf as the Scotties winner. Familiar names, yes. Some unfamiliar to be sure, but when you look at that right-hand side, Muirhead, Hasselborg, we know them as well. And it will be an opening game against Miss Muirhead from Scotland.
Quarter in, right?
Yeah, third makes it 2, but quarter's good.
Got a double chance here.
Yeah, a little bit of enthusiasm's gone out of Canada.
Pretty thin. Make it, Bruce.
A 4. You haven't given a 4 up all week.
Whoa! No, EJ! EJ!
E.J. Harnden got one come across, and there they go. Well, it's nice to see Jennifer Jones here and
Little less. Little less.
watching her husband play for Ontario, of course, Brent Lang.
Clean. Clean. Clean.
And it's nice to see Rachel Holman team here watching and coming back and reliving some memories, I'm sure, here in Kingston and the Leon Center in 2013. It was right here that they won their very first Canadian championship.
It's hard when you hear no.
Clean. Whoa.
It's going to be a long way back, it would seem, for Team Canada down by 5. Championship weekend, and the building is full. Leon Center. Final 4 to be decided after tonight. Will there be some tiebreakers? Well, the potential certainly is there. But you got to get through these games first, the round robin.
Top 8, but leave it.
Ben Hebert, as usual.
Top 8 wide open.
What if you're like here?
Team Canada once again does have last rock playing the Yellowstones, and in the break we were saying that you expect them now. This is that all-important 8. They do have last rock. If you're going to have a chance, you got to go here.
Oh, they have to apply pressure here, and they're doing it in an interesting way. They've decided to go with Hammer. They threw 2 center guards.
Right here, boy.
Trying to get some play around that 4-foot, junk it up in there, and maybe get in there that way.
Yeah, we got you.
Line's good.
Because I can't imagine Northern Ontario will try the tick, because that would leave 2 corner guards for your opponent.
Right here. Right here, yep.
Northern Ontario put the first one in, then threw the second one through on purpose.
Great toss. That's a really good spot, EJ. Good shot.
Yeah, there comes a point where more rocks aren't helping, so the throw through is good.
Well, Alberta leads it by 1-4-3, and Ontario is the shot rock. That's the one on the lid, and it's Brendan Botcher out of the Saville in Edmonton that does have last rock.
Well, he's throwing big heat, trying to catch the top stone very thin and scooch it across the top and get the second one as well.
Attaboy. Good shot.
Look at that. Scooch for 3.
That's really good.
That is it ever. He used the spin on the high side to get the extra kick. What a great shot.
Remind you again now, Ontario is at 3 losses. Alberta with a win would get themselves in to the Final Four.
Shooter.
It's good.
It's good freeze. Good shot. Oh, you're slacking. Sorry? You're slacking. Why?
You guys like?
Freeze again,
Think you freeze it again, no?
I think so.
Dead on the nose.
Oh.
You know,
It's always got that. You can go around this red one. We can go around this red one. Back here.
I don't think it changes much. Then he can have a...
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just...
You're either going here or throwing another guard, I think.
Throw a guard.
Or you can play this, I guess.
am I right in saying that, you know, you both have pointed out the team is struggling at points. You're also down, you're scratching, and even the game plan right now for Team Canada appears to be scratching.
Like back to
Yeah, it does, and part of it is it's a little bit of desperation, and I think Kevin's reaching out saying, do you see anything better than what I see? I like this call. I like tapping this back. If you leave the red one, they're going to run it in. Tap it back, use it to your advantage behind the tee line. But sometimes, you know, another set of eyes, right, really helps.
Well, and you're playing a team that's 93%. You're trying to find a way to protect whatever you play in there, and it hasn't been easy.
Yep.
Whoa, up, Benny. Whoa. Roll it, Beach, roll it.
Couple of teams at 2 losses. Newfoundland and Labrador appear to be sitting the one. Final stone to come from the St. John's Brad Gouger.
Well, twice Mike McEwen tried to hit and roll off that stone that you saw out in the 8-foot, and both times he stuck right on the nose, and so it is an open hit for 2.
Good. Nice sweep. Yep.
To take the lead. Wow, touched everything, and will leave the 1 at the back. It's close for shot. It appears it is the Northern Ontario stone at the back edge of the 8-foot. It is shot rock.
Just a fantastic call, shot, throw.
BJ Neufeld.
Freezing down to the back one.
Yeah, that's kind of all they got now, isn't it?
Line's good.
Mark even managed to get shot rock out of that.
Line's good. Weight's good. We're there, though. It's a little heavy.
And you play at that high a level, too. Yeah, I think he sometimes sees shots that other players don't. Like that last one.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, that, you know what, down halfway down, they thought it was good.
What about a nose?
Nose, I lost.
No. It's not good, but.
Or Brad. Brad, just blast it. What does he do?
Well, let's go over quickly to Manitoba, Saskatchewan. Final stone on the way, Matt Dunstone.
Has an opportunity for 2 after Jason Gunlick then came up short on a corner freeze attempt on his first. That allowed Saskatchewan to split the house. And when Jason rolled out on his final stone, this is an 8-foot draw attempt for the pair.
Easy, cleaner in.
Nice, boys.
And that's for the 2. Nice, boys. Saskatchewan, Dunstone take the lead.
EJ. Whoa, Ryan.
Here we go again. And then across the top.
Through that aggressive. I was a little nervous. He was way off the rock.
Guys. That's not an easy line call.
Oof.
He went for it.
Yeah.
You just see Northern Ontario. I mean, they're on that kind of roll that's pretty scary. They started off their first 3 games, they were mid 80s, high 80s, but the last 5 have been high 90s, mid 90s. More and more comfortable.
Line's good.
Like we said in the opening, Gucci was 96.
Going, all you got.
Botcher was 98. Manitoba was, I think, 95. The skips against them for those 3 losses. Like they were close.
Yeah.
You know, a little cooperation from your opponent, they might have won all their games.
So let's look ahead to what we have tonight. Coming your way at 7 Eastern time. That'll be Northern Ontario against Ontario. Will one of those teams be at 4 losses? Saskatchewan against Newfoundland and Labrador. Saskatchewan could be at 4. Alberta, could they already be in with a 9th win as they play Team Wildcard and Team Canada? Will they be at 4? Will Manitoba still be alive? So much to decide when we join you again at 7 Eastern time.
Whoa, Ryan! EJ! Whoa! Yep!
Hard!
And spills it.
Nice shot, Brad.
Mark almost left that too long.
Almost blew it on you. Good shot.
It was thinner than I
Good
thought.
shot. Yeah, it was. It 3/4. Good shot.
It's very nice.
The red one just made.
Line's good. Room.
That's exactly what happened to Neufeld. Like 1 foot heavy, and it doesn't take the break.
And it isn't.
Just draw it in front of it.
Well, that's an indication.
Yep.
Because right now, his lowest game of the week was game 1 when he was 71. And now he's 77. So that's a struggle. Jacobs, by comparison, is throwing. He has been 97 the last 2 games. He's actually better at 98. Player numbers are brought to you by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
It's there. Easy.
Well, you
Top
get down
8.
this many points too if you're Team Canada and you're pressing everything.
Line's great
you
for top 8.
tighten
Line's
up a
great.
little. You want everything perfect, and sometimes that doesn't help either.
Just here. We're there. Just here. There. Might have this blank if it doesn't curl a bit. A little bit of curl.
Yep.
Oh, look at that finish too. Maybe a stone, 2 stones deeper than they had wanted it.
Good shot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Luggage.
And they'll take their single and they'll say that's it. And Northern Ontario with a very impressive performance, taking advantage of a Team Canada just a little off their game, make the final 7-3. And so now Northern Ontario is 7-3. A 4th loss for Team Canada. They'll be desperate tonight. Very impressive win for Northern Ontario. And yeah, you look at the statistics. Obviously, Kevin Cooey with his 2nd worst game of the week at a very important time in this championship pool. 7-3, they win it. And now Team Canada tonight will go into their game with 4 losses. The game story brought to you by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Curling Canada. And so looking ahead tonight now, Team Canada will be playing Manitoba, and they are at 4. Manitoba's on the ice, and that's a big win for Brad Jacobs as he stays at that all-important 3 losses. So after 1 and 3, has won 4 in a row. So let's go and see if Manitoba can keep themselves alive as they come into this game at 5 and 4 against Saskatchewan at 6 and 3. We are playing in the 8th, 7-5 Saskatchewan, but it is Manitoba and the team from Morris Curling Club, Morris, Manitoba, that does have last rock playing the Redstones. Kathy.
Well, in this end, those 2 yellow stones that you see at the back of the house, those were both draws by Braden Muskowee, going late and deep on both of them to really put Manitoba in a good shape. Dunstone opened up the front on his first one, and so Jason trying to just cap it back. It has been a game in which Manitoba has been scrambling for much of it.
Take a look. Running like it's heavy. Running like it's way heavy.
Fight the 8. Where you at? Line's not looking good.
Line it up.
You know, as we saw it with Kevin Cooey, you try not to come into these big games and throw some of your worst. Well, it's a 66% game right now for Conligson, and his low of the week is 65. He's trailing. All right, quickly, let's go to Team Wildcard. Mike McEwen against Newfoundland and Labrador. 1, 2, 3. So 3 there. Gushu Stones. And the final to come from Team Wildcard's Mike McEwen out of West St. Paul.
Well, they are 3, but it's a whole lot better than he looked at on his first shot. There was same situation. He was facing 3. 1 was on the 4-foot, had to make a long angle run, managed to pick the stone off the 4-foot. And so while this is a draw against 3, it's to the 8-foot, and he definitely has some space to get there.
And 2 teams at 2 losses. As we've told you before, the 3rd year of this particular format with the pool play championship round final 4.
Line's good. Line's good.
No team
Line's good.
at 7 and 4 has gotten through previous years. And that's for the single to tie. Matt Dunstone on its way.
Clean. Whoa, whoa. Clean it up. Whoa. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Hard gun roll it hard. Hard gun roll.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Pretty good, I think, Dave.
Max.
Max
tough.
2, eh?
Max.
Like I'm sticking all day.
Definitely make that for 2. How soft can you throw it?
I don't think we need to. I think
keep
it's
your
just
shooter.
like
Just make this.
control weight.
I'm just worried
if we hit it on this side, it's 2 minimum. And if we get lucky, it's 3.
Okay.
Hit it by
I was just worried this is going to stick here and just not outcount that one.
Oh.
You see it? Okay. Control
Like,
out turn
you're
should
probably
be
hitting
good.
into the back one, right?
Control out turn should be good. Trying to just make the roll to here.
Yeah, exactly. Center
These
line.
are bad angles when you're coming across the face of the second rock, because the second rock won't have as much power, and it can drag back a little bit. So
It's like a half rock, stick half with control.
the angle's got to be dead on here.
And you can't roll out of the 8-foot.
Yeah, and you're spinning with when you hit it on this side.
Just give me a second here. Yeah, this looks like the right ice.
An inch less would have been nice.
So he's going to throw it pretty hard, obviously.
I'd be worried about what happens with that shooter. Oh, no. This must not be moving a lot here. That's
Yep.
Whoa.
easy weight.
Close. Curl.
Final stone.
Hard curl.
Jason Gudlickson.
Harder. Hard curl.
Talking to it. Forrest trying to hold it there. Touch it. Sit down. Sit down. And there it is. 1, 2. Have a look. Kick him away for 3.
I'll tell you what, Cooey, Jacobs, Gushu, you talk this out turn that he's got is an absolute weapon. He just knows exactly where that thing's going.
Just touched it. Brilliant shot for 3.
in a game that Manitoba must have. They have to win it or they are eliminated. And we have another final, and Alberta has picked up the win, a steal of 3 and 8. 10-3 is your final, and they are in. 9-1 record now. And tonight, Ontario at 6-4, they will play for their lives against the team from Northern Ontario. Playing for their lives, Manitoba. Jason Gunlickson from Morris, Manitoba. The Morris Curling Club. What a 3 that was to hold the shooter to take a lead, 8-7 over Saskatchewan. And now it is the team from the Highland Curling Club in Regina, skipped by Matt Dunstone, that does have the last rock. They have the hammer playing the Yellowstones.
Jason set that up so beautifully with his first one too. He went top 8, kind of Christmas treat it, forcing Saskatchewan to roll to a certain spot, and then he made them pay.
Head good.
Line's close.
Line's tight.
Line's good.
Line's good. Line's
Where
good.
are we?
That could be a huge extra point too. You get a deuce there. That 3 is
Hard line.
might give you an opportunity going forward here.
Crossing's okay.
Try to force.
The Manitoba champions, as mentioned, from Morris, skipped by 35-year-old Jason Gunlickson, with Connor Negevin at lead, Adam Casey and Alex Forrest at third. Saskatchewan, it's 24-year-old Matt Dunstone with Dustin Kidby at lead, Catlin Schneider at second, and Braden Muscowie at third.
Clean. Yep. Yeah, really got to go.
Gotta get this out of here.
Yeah.
Still guard. Still guard.
I think we hit it now.
Okay.
Yeah, like, just want to hit it low, hard, and all his goers staying.
Okay.
Line's not the end of the world. Peel just low. Okay. Nose is great.
Right where the broom is, both yellows go. The middle red might stay, actually.
Hard!
Easy. Yep. Yep.
Hard!
Harder!
Whoa!
Yep. Great job.
Might stay, and it does.
Oh, look at, and even how the leave in the front, the top 2, they're not staggered. Can use them.
I think that's good, but I'm not sure.
Just the recognition and knowing the angles and how to hit it. He could to throw it that hard and save your red one. So he knew how much it was going to drag.
So you look at the scoreboard, you're Saskatchewan.
Yep.
How hard do you go here to blank to take the last rock to 10 down by 1?
Well, I think you're playing fairly hard for a blank. The one thing you don't want to do is get forced. So you either want a deuce, which is still not ideal, or the blank if you can. And I think the blank's the number 1. So you're going pretty hard. You'll know your odds. All teams, we've talked about it a few times, know what position they want to be going into 10. Sometimes it's not always within your control, but they'll try and work their way toward a blank.
Try dead rolls behind it. Control.
Wouldn't mind rolling farther here. If they roll and hook the 2 reds, you might see Matt Dunstone change gears, go around, and just roll open.
Well, you just can't get forced.
Hard. Really hard, Case. In front of it. Harder. Hard, Case. Hard, Case. Get in. That's fine. That's fine. Good shot. That's all you can do.
Great brush there by Adam Casey, a Charlottetown native, and he's the import on this team, Adam, in his 4th province, representing his 4th province after time in Newfoundland, also his home province of PEI, Saskatchewan, and now Manitoba.
Chance for Saskatchewan here. Guard's really long. Try and play in the hit and roll over. Might even touch red.
Hard. 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 Hard, right to it.
Oh boy, can you make something out of this?
Spectacular.
How nice.
Yeah, Alex Forrest didn't want to roll out last end. He could in the last shot. He could have sat 3.
Nice sweep, man.
Now effectively you're having Manitoba, you're allowing Manitoba to help you for blank the end.
Real hard. Hard case. Go, buddy. Go, gotta go.
Alex Forrest.
Gotta think this is gonna come off the frost a bit, eh? I'll be a good normal. Give maybe one chance to roll. I don't know.
See, out that wide, there's just a dusting of frost. Good awareness.
Both of you gotta go.
Usually usually comes down in speed a hair, maybe curls a hair more.
Yep. Right to it. Right to it. Good. Nice, man. Nice play.
If you're just joining us for the first time, Casey will now hold the brush for Jason Gundlickson so they can take advantage of the brushing power of Alex Forrest and Connor Negovan.
I think nose is really good, but we might as well try and make a roll. At least if we're... Yeah, exactly. It's a normal with the out, yeah.
Trying to go under or trying to know?
Trying to make the roll, but like with the safety of sticking.
Clean.
Close.
Clean.
Close.
Clean. Yep.
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 Hard.
Negovan.
Everything got alpha. You're really
Oh,
close.
you got alpha.
Now, where's the roll? Can you get it underneath? Oh, got close.
Good try.
Good shot. I just picked it easy right there.
Oh, yeah. Good. You got to stick it first. Yeah. I was a little wide side and I was a little softer than normal. I thought. Shot.
Easy.
I'll just try and roll to the wing, sit there.
Without rolling out.
Yeah. Never want to give him a chance to come around that guard.
Remember, it was midweek that he had 2 perfect games in the same day.
Whoa. Clean. Whoa. Close. Nope. Whoa. Close. Close. Nope. Off.
Oh.
Boy.
Oh, just what you didn't want to do.
Wow. Just get a little nibbler.
Nibble.
Yep.
Now you keep this as high as you can. You put it on the tee line, there's more room to come around the guard, hit it, roll out, and get the blank. So top 12 max.
That's what I see. That looks like a little
This is
too much.
Saskatchewan's own rock they're going to use to try to force.
I think we let him play that one. Because that's so hard, because if he's a little off either way, he rolls in. Okay. I think we want to be as hot, bite. Yeah, if that, yeah. I'm happy to be half in. Just want to be just barely.
At the end of this, they're trying to just barely get it in. At the end of this, you're coming right across the slide path, end number 9.
Yeah, 70.
They got to make sure they get into the paint. Could be that foot or two slower. I haven't noticed it the last couple of days, though. It's just been perfect.
Line's good.
I think we're heavy.
Line's a hair tight, if anything.
Heavy.
Connor.
Don't sweep. Don't need to.
Always Connor. You're over
Line's
curling.
really close. I think it's alpha a
Just
bit.
get a bite. Line is good. Connor. Connor.
Got a curl. It's got a curl.
Go ahead, Alpha. A little more and you're good.
Only Alpha. Only Alpha. Go. Go, Alpha.
Perfect.
For Alpha, Alex Forrest, Alpha. And they wrap it around.
It's
buried.
perfect.
Yeah, buried. He's not super hard, but
It's the absolute best you could do.
Come over the line nicely.
super hard.
Good
but
board
it's up
there.
The center line. That's kind of a tricky.
I think that same way.
Yeah, I didn't
A little higher would have made it a little tougher, but they had to go on it to get it to curl.
I think he can see about an
I thought it was
inch.
gonna get there easy.
Top.
It's almost easy, eh? Like I got a sliver.
Long way to roll, too. You can see Muscali cleaning it up
I can see
there.
an inch of it already.
So what weight?
Easy.
Okay.
You'd be CB.
Guys like that broom is easy.
You'd be Ruho or Raha. I'd be Vera. I'd be Vera. What the?
That's not good.
That's not good. No. Vera, sweep that. How does that work? Oh, dear.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Clean. Clean. Whoa. Whoa. Clean. Clean, yep. Yep. Hard. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Clean.
Get it by that
clean.
one.
Yep.
Sure enough. Now.
Great shot.
That is very nice.
Super. That easier than it was. That's a great shot, Johnny.
8-7, Saskatchewan will have that hammer coming home down by 1. CB, Ruho, and Vera will be back.
The 2020 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by AGI, West Steel, Westfield, Batco, Nico, SureTrack, and more. We are AGI.
So Saskatchewan gets that blank they wanted. Now, can they do something with it? They'll have that last rock. Coming home here in 10. Down by 1, trailing 8-7, playing the Yellowstones as we welcome you back on this Friday.
We're pretty happy with that.
Final day, round robin play. We'll have one more draw tonight as we try and sort it all out. And the final 4 for Jason Gunlickson and the team from Manitoba coming in at 4 losses. This is a must-have for them. They will be eliminated if they should lose. 5 losses will eliminate you.
Spot this. Really good.
Should be good for a little roll inside, I would think.
Team Wildcard Newfoundland and Labrador are tied at 3, and final stone to be played by St. John's Brad Goujiu.
And an opportunity for 2. He made a double on his first and offered that favor back to Mike McHugh, he only got 1, did not make the double, and so a chance with a hit for 2.
Hard, Jeff. Go ahead, Jeff. Hard, Jeff. Go ahead, clean it, clean it, clean it.
You're good. Yeah.
To take a 5-3 lead.
Think so, hey?
Yeah, or just like normal into half of that.
No, we got to stick the shooter somewhere.
Like I was thinking, normal into half of that, and it goes under the.
Plant it.
Yeah, plant it, or if you can get it, yeah.
That's the one.
Don't want to whip this. Just normal.
What turn are you seeing?
Try and clear up the center a little bit for Saskatchewan.
They're trying to
just normal.
Raise the red and save the red.
To use it.
Could you not just hit the 2 middle ones?
Yeah, because you've got 2 corners.
The long one's not hurt, yeah. This could go badly.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Never.
It's got to touch center.
Oh, he doesn't want to get his own corner guard here either.
Touch the top of it.
Oh. Well.
Better.
Blocky.
Didn't lose the corner.
It was a tough call.
It wasn't ever.
Same call? Sure.
I understand, but trying to open it up. What you want to do is give yourself, make sure you have a shot for your 1. I mean, that 1's not great. You know you're going hard for your deuce because odds say tying it up and going the extra without won't work.
Probably there easy.
And as we just saw, they've done well, Saskatchewan, with their hammer efficiency in this game in particular. 3 times they've converted with the deuce, so that bodes well.
It does. The only thing you need is the opposition to cooperate, and they're going hard for a steal.
Real nice. Good throw, Case. That's a good spot.
Yep, normal.
I'm away.
Catlin Schneider as we play second stones here in this 10.
Yep.
I think so.
Whoa. Whoa.
Easy.
Clean. Yep. Whoa. 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 No roll. No roll.
Get under it. Get under it.
And
Get
under it. Will it spin?
shot,
Catch the top.
Really
And
good.
Oh, that's
it
really
does.
nice.
Can we leave it there?
Loop now.
I think so. Or guard. Guard's good too.
Guard makes sense.
Let's guard.
Well, we've got electrifying highlights, shocking finishes, everything in between. Even some shocking hats, I'm sure. Get your brackets ready. It's the NCAA March Madness, March the 19th. Every game live, tournament long, all presented by Expedia.
I like this call. I think you have to play this end if you're Manitoba effectively, like you're trying to steal this end, and that'll bring about a force opportunity.
Always Connor if we're
It
touching
should
it.
shrink that center, and that's half the battle.
Line's great. Gotta stop for line 2.
And also, you're in a little bit of trouble if you're Manitoba with. They've got some pretty good corners set up.
Good throw.
3 corner guards on the left-hand side.
Yeah, you can't start hitting those.
No.
Great shot.
Be really patient, boys. You can take this a long way at the end. 30? 30 just smooth, eh?
Line's a little tight.
I liked it. Go ahead.
Line's good.
Have a look.
Yep.
Line's good.
Bite the 4. Line's good. Hard.
Hard line.
Hard line.
Hard line.
Braden Muscowie.
Line's good.
Clean.
Room.
Wait only.
Wait only.
Bite the 4. Just half the 4. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's sweet.
That's quick there. He did not throw much.
I wasn't certain they were going to hold line on that.
You think about the last 2 ends. You know, Braden had been struggling a little bit. He makes that hit and roll over to the corner. And now he makes the come around. So
just a little, like, lightest one I've thrown.
Dialing it up when he needs it most.
Yeah, that hit roll over there caused the blank, which now gives him the chance to win. And he's just made a beautiful come around. You just heard him say under his breath, that's the lightest one I've thrown.
Get his by.
Hard line. Line only. Hard. Yes. Hurry, Adam. Harder. Hurry everything. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Curl. Great shot.
Just 2 perfect shots.
Yeah, one way, one the other, too.
And throw, guys.
Doesn't look like it's slowing down an inch.
You can be top 4, top 8.
Dribble
The
the 4.
line's everything on this. So, what was that, Deuce? Smart.
Top 8.
I liked it.
Line's good.
Top 8's the spot.
Line's good.
Running like it's there.
Line's good. Yep.
Go
hard
then.
bend. Lock it on. Line's perfect.
Never needs to curl.
Never needs to curl. Lock it on. Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
How do you like that? Maybe just a little bump and roll off, showing more of a corner.
Spot, guys.
It's in a really good spot,
I think
though.
just here for me, because like, we got to play some
Usable.
weight.
It's not overburied.
Tap freeze here. Same in turn they just threw.
Same shot as you. Just tap it frozen. Tap it right on the weld, yeah. Even if we touch the back, it's fine. Yeah, it's a little slow here, eh? Okay.
Trying to bump up his zone, is he?
Yeah, and he's got to almost get to the nose. You don't want to hit a quarter of it, set up a red double. The line's really crucial here.
Leads by 1.
I got room right now.
Manitoba and Jason Gunlickson.
Okay, whoa. Room. Room. Getting close.
Playing for his
No
life.
room. Always room. Okay. You're not doing anything.
Not a thing. Wow.
You just watch them throw it there, and
Okay, Jake.
both turns,
Fine,
Moskowi's turn and the intern that Manitoba played, didn't die. And then somebody said it's a little slower here. Just
Not
before-
really.
Yeah.
Timeout been called now by Saskatchewan.
That's no
Well,
good.
we're just going to leave him in turn draw too, right?
The thing is, if you could get it to here, then you always have a
Well,
shot
what
off.
if-
but
Well, it just opens this up
Yeah.
for him. Though.
Well, if you make it properly, you roll to here. But I'm with you. I like planting that.
Because it's
super
going to spin
thin.
off where we're half open still, which is great.
But I think you're like, I don't even think you're worried about sticking the shooter. You're trying to hit an inch of it and just plant it, right?
Yeah. Just trying to hit here. Well,
Tough
stick
to
the
do.
shooter is a big bonus.
I'm not. Does
Yeah,
it
I'm
really
not sure
change
that's
anything?
not
Like,
rolling
if you
out.
No.
planted it,
Like
and
rolling
it's
out into
half
the open,
under,
not
right?
out of the rings, but
We got them both sides.
Sure.
We got them both sides here if we go here.
I like that.
We got that for the win, we got this for the win.
Yeah, you got to get the angle right. Like here's not very good.
No.
So you
But
just
if we,
tap
do,
swell
if we
bit.
do get it on half, we got them on both sides.
Yeah, that's true. Is it insane to go into like here? Then you've got out turn and
Right here.
in turn.
Top 12.
Am I seeing that right?
I think that makes the most sense.
If he's playing, then he makes the double tap on you, but
That's fine. How much do I got of this one?
you got about I would say a third or so.
Okay. It's the other thing, we could just try and make this.
Yeah, it's just if he makes this good on us, we can't do much.
We can if I
True.
take the 3 and in.
True. Yeah, you could make this.
Like if we stuff it into there, go get a rock ready. I think that's the shot actually.
Do you?
Like, well, no, he makes the nose double then, right? What do you see, Mosk? Intern freeze? Yep.
See,
Yep.
It's over curl.
let
I'm
me
gonna leave it
throw a
short.
couple things at you here, Cheryl. If they come down and they put it on the corner, the freeze, then that leaves them a double tap. Tap yellow, tap red up. But if you play it higher, then they're forced to come
Right here?
from outside in. somehow.
yeah, no, you're right. The one thing I like with the corner freeze is if you leave it
I think so.
at an angle so it doesn't over curl on you, then the tap is really tough. You're probably tapping it
either
out
that or we
back
freeze
four
it
to the
dead on
right.
half.
I think this is all a line call, so as it's coming down, they're talking about play to the freeze, but if it's
Probably in the
starting to
four to
over
blue
curl,
more.
we'll leave it a little higher.
Hey, got them both ways here if you make
Yeah.
this intern.
I love this call. I didn't think anything on the left with that yellow
No.
was going to leave them much.
These guys have been able to win a lot of close games.
Sweep for top 8. Just top 8. Top 8. Go ahead if you want.
Yep. Hard line.
Top 8.
Hard line. It's going straight sideways.
Hard. You're okay. Top 8. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It looks like tons. No, just needs to sit now. Just needs to sit now. No, no. More separation, the better. Pretty good. Pretty good, Matty. It's actually really good. It's a good shot.
I think we want to just hit this into the yellow, move this away, and then just have ours just get touched up to the button. And then he's going to have a really hard shot. Get the shooter out of play.
Or you just guard and he's got to draw.
Like hacks and just hit it into the yellow. No, but and move. We're just going to move to be shot. Like, right? And then we get a shooter out dodge and then he doesn't have it off.
Which yellow?
It shouldn't though with hacks. Like
it's
I
pretty
get what you're
buried.
saying,
It's
but like if it curls too much, we just nut it and then. I agree. I think. Yeah, he's got to hit full 4, but I think that we can make it better than that.
You can, but you're pretty
You
risky,
could
right?
guard
Like
the
this live,
out-turn side,
obviously,
Cheryl, and let them try to draw for 2.
I'm thinking like
It's a
halfway
tough
you
draw.
Just hit like a half rock.
And we just saw
kill the 5.
Saskatchewan's go sideways.
I get you.
And then I just touch ours just shot, and he can't get it out. He's got to play like a slap. I don't think you can hit it too thick. Like, as long as you have to wait, you'll get ours. Quarter rock, I think, like, or more. Do you not like this?
Okay.
You saw Gary Vandenberg there, of course, longtime curler.
I just don't see how
two-time Brier winner and a world champion with Jeff Stoughton.
Pretty good bench strength.
Yeah, okay, let's play the tap weld. The tap weld's better, right?
Yeah, I
Welded
think this is a better
and
shot.
It's really hard for him to score without the back one.
Hit the yellow dead on, tap it a foot. If you get that red one frozen, you might win the game.
Yeah, you just gotta. It's got to get all the way back.
It's got to get. We can even kill it. Like we just can't. Yeah. Same weight probably now.
Yeah.
Basically.
I think the shot they were going to try was so tough.
Just back 8, Jay.
That was more or less the weight for this
Basically,
shot.
draw away, heavy draw. You got to get pretty close to the nose of this one, and then just tap that red one a little bit. If you ever get the red one to there, it might just stay there.
We're looking for back 8 out of the hand. Like, we weren't too far. Like, I agree, not more, but
This could avoid a extra end by making this one because they're not shot right now, Manitoba, so tap it up a little.
Trying to talk over the crowd as well. Negavan, get it by there. Get it by there. Touch it up to there.
that's really good. Absolutely as good as we could do. Absolutely as good as we could do it. Got no easy one.
Pretty good. It's
crazy thin, right?
It's crazy thin, and he's got to not touch his own.
Whatever weight you like. It's a thin quarter.
What weight's going to be the easiest?
Can you just slash your yellow in there?
So you want to know what the yelling was about? Here it comes, and this is Brad Gushue, Kathy.
And that redstone that you see at the back 4 just frozen there by Mike McHugh. And what Brad Gushue's lining up is the thin double across the top. Can't touch his own to make this game end.
Whoa, yes! Yes!
Watch, bang. How do you go? There's no defense against that, and that's handshakes. Win by Newfoundland and Labrador, and with that, Alberta, already a winner today over Ontario to go to 9-1, will finish first, and they will be in the 1-2 page playoff.
Angle didn't work out that well for Manitoba.
This is, you've got to either stick this though, or save that back yellow to get your 2, right?
Yeah, but you can do it. He didn't. I don't think he had a shot for 2 if he threw the guard on.
No, unless he had a really hard draw. Yeah, right.
So he has a shot for 2.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he needs one now. He's down by 1. Shot rock belongs to Manitoba.
Up an inch.
Up an inch, says Moskowy. Come up an inch. Oh, and he's going to go across the top. Got it! Got it for the win. Saskatchewan and Dunstone.
Nearly too thin, which was impossible.
Final is 9-8. And for Manitoba, that is a heartbreaking loss, and they are eliminated. Saskatchewan will be 7-3. Yes, I got it. And so we know now Alberta, with that Gushue win, will finish first. They will be in the 1-2 page playoff. And we know, too, that Manitoba, with that 5th loss, has been eliminated. Everyone else is still alive for now the 3 remaining playoff spots. What an afternoon. And we have one more final draw tonight.
The 2020 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by Purex Bathroom Tissue, soft and absorbent for over 95 years. The 2020 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada, by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Curling Canada, and by OK Tire and BKT Tires.
So one more draw tonight, and this will be our feature, the All-Ontario battle, as John Epping tries to keep himself alive. Brad Jacobs would desperately to try not to fall to 4 losses, and make a note, 7 Eastern Time on TSN 1 and TSN 5, the final night of round-robin play. Goodness, what an afternoon it's been. Northern Ontario's win over the defending champions puts them on the brink. So until we talk with you again, later tonight, again, TSN 1 and 5, final draw, round robin from here, the Tim Hortons Brier in Kingston on Canada's sports leader, TSN.